Imagine this. You're standing on a quiet cliff overlooking the sea. The waves rise and fall against the rocks below, each one arriving in its own time before gently slipping away again. The wind carries the scent of salt through the warm morning air. You aren't searching for anything, you're simply standing still. Then your eyes are drawn to a small blue-green stone resting among the sun-warmed rocks. Its color echoes the sea below. Soft blues, gentle greens. It almost seems as though a small piece of the ocean has found its way onto the cliff. Many people are drawn to Amazonite for exactly that reason. Its colors have long been associated with calm, honest communication and inner harmony, not because it promises answers, but because it quietly reminds us that sometimes the voice we've been searching for is our own. It's surprising how easy it is to lose that voice, not all at once, little by little. A suggestion here, an expectation there. Someone tells you what success should look like. Another person tells you what happiness should be. Eventually, without even noticing, your own thoughts begin to sound quieter than everyone else's. You still hear them, you just don't always trust them. Perhaps you felt that before. You know what you want to say, but you choose the words someone else would rather hear. You know something doesn't feel right, but you convince yourself you're probably overthinking it. Not because you've stopped knowing, because you've stopped believing in yourself. Amazonite is often associated with truth and communication. Many people see it as a reminder to express themselves honestly. But perhaps honest communication begins much earlier than speaking. Perhaps it begins with listening. Listening without immediately correcting yourself. Listening without asking whether your feelings are reasonable enough. Listening without waiting for someone else to agree before you allow yourself to believe what you already know. The sea below never asks the cliffs where it should go. Each wave simply follows its own rhythm. Not rushed, not uncertain, just faithful to its nature. Perhaps there is something we can recognize in that. Our lives are often full of noise, phones, opinions, conversations, expectations. There is always another voice trying to tell us who we should become. Yet the moments that change us most are often incredibly quiet. A walk before sunrise, the sound of birds beginning a new day, a cup of coffee before the world wakes up, or standing on a cliff, listening to waves that have been arriving long before any of us were here. Those are the moments when our own thoughts finally have room to speak, not loudly, but clearly. Have you ever noticed that your first feeling is often the simplest? Before fear joins the conversation, before doubt starts making lists, before other people's opinion arrive. There is often a quiet knowing, not dramatic, not mysterious, just steady, like the tide. It doesn't argue, it simply returns again and again. Maybe that's why we miss it. We're waiting for certainty to arrive like thunder. Instead, it arrives like the sea, patient enough to wait until we're finally willing to listen. Amazonite carries themes of balance, not because life suddenly becomes easy, but because we stop pulling ourselves in opposite directions. One part of us wants to move forward. Another part keeps asking what everyone else will think. One part already knows. Another part keeps asking for permission. Perhaps peace isn't found by silencing those questions. Perhaps it's found when we stop letting them make every decision. Imagine picking up that small piece of Amazonite. Its smooth surface has been shaped over time. Not by force, by water, by patience, by countless small moments that slowly created something beautiful. People are often shaped the same way, not by one life-changing event, but by hundreds of ordinary moments. Every difficult conversation, every choice to be honest, every time you trusted yourself just a little more than yesterday. Those moments rarely feel important while they're happening. Yet years later, they become the person you are. As the afternoon slowly turns towards evening, the colors of the sea begin to change. The bright blues soften into deeper shades. The cliffs glow warm beneath the setting sun. You look once more at the small Amazonite resting among the rocks. Nothing about it has changed, only the light around it. Perhaps that's true for us too. Sometimes we believe we've lost ourselves, but maybe we haven't. Maybe our voice has simply been waiting beneath all the noise. Patient, steady, never demanding attention, only waiting for a quiet enough moment to be heard again. You take one last look across the sea. The waves continue their endless conversation with the shore. The wind still carries the scent of salt through the evening air. Everything feels exactly as it did when you arrived. Yet something inside feels a little quieter. Not because you found every answer, but because you've remembered where to begin looking. So the next time you find yourself asking everyone else what you should do, Pause. Take a breath. Walk to the sea if you can, or simply close your eyes and imagine these cliffs. Listen to the waves, listen to the wind, and leave just enough silence for your own voice to find you again. So, I'll leave you with this. What has your heart been trying to tell you? And what would happen if you finally listened?